I am really very happy to be with you all today. You all know that the Navaratri, the worship of Mother, is approaching fast, isn't it? Mother's worship, the puja, Durga Puja is approaching. So during these puja days, we usually recite Shri Shri Chandi. The another name for Chandi is Devi Mahatma. This scripture, Devi Mahatma, it actually extols the glories of the Divine Mother, Devi Bhagavati, Chandika. So on those holy days, Devi Mahatma or this Chandi is recited daily. So today we are explaining this Chandi, this scripture, the other name for this Chandi is Durga Saptashati. Just like Gita, Chandi is also recited. Gita actually gives us the gist of all the scriptures, where the divine is actually explained as the father of this entire universe. In Chandika, the entire that spiritual entity, is called as Mother. So, Devi Bhagavati, Chandika, is actually extolled in this scripture. So the whole of this Mother worship during these puja days, Chandi is recited. So today we will read about this Chandi and have a little explanation of this great scripture. The entire Hindu philosophy, is actually in two forms, So one, when we study the scriptures, the divine is explained as the father of this entire universe, and in another part, when the divine is explained as the mother, so it is called in our scriptures as first, where he is the father, the scriptures explain him as the father of the entire universe. But what we are studying today is when the whole universe is actually the manifestation of Devi Bhagavati Mahamaya, the mother of this universe. The gist of this Agama and Nigama, they are called as. So both together, one explains the whole world, the entire universe is controlled by the father of this universe or as the mother of this universe. So this Agama and Nigama section, one is represented by Bhagavad Gita, where the universe is controlled by the father of this universe, and this Chandi or this Devi Mahatma explains that the entire universe is controlled by the mother. So this Agama and Nigama, these two names are this. Agama and Nigama, the meaning, the same thing, from which it has come. Isn't it? Both the words, the meaning is the same. But today we are studying Chandi, where the entire universe is controlled by the mother. Actually, this Chandi is not an individual scripture. It is actually the portion contained with Markandeya Purana. There is 18 Puranas, This Markandeya Purana contains this Devi Mahatma. There are 13 chapters and the total number of the shlokas are 700. So it is also called a Saptashati because there are 700 shlokas, So it is called as Saptashati also. It contains, as in the very beginning, there is this Argala Stotram. It starts with this Chandi, starts with Argala Stotram. So one or two stotras are there. The first I told you, Argala Stotram. This is just a prayer to Mother. Jayatvam Devi Chamunde, Jaya Bhutapaharine, Jaya Sarvagate Devi, Kalaratri Namostute, Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapaline, Durga Shiva Kshama Dhatri, Swaha Swada Namostute, Madhukaitava Vidvangsi Vidhatri Varade Namaha, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Dvisho Jahi. It is just prayer, praising the Mother. Mahishasura Nirnashi, Bhaktanam Sukhade Namaha, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Dvisho Jahi. So praising the Mother and praying for Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi. Give me beauty, give me victory. Let me get praises from everyone, from every direction also. So, it is completely the first stotra, Argala Stotram, is prayer to Mother. Praying to her, you please bless me with all this. Bless me with me. Bless me with all these great things in the world. So these are all the prayers in the very beginning. Argala Stotram. And secondly, there is this Kilaka Stotram. Even this Devi Kavacham. So before actually Devi Mahatma starts, first there are so many stotras, prayers to Mother. And then actually it starts. Namaschandikayai. Om Namaschandikayai. Like this, the Pratham Charita, the first chapter of Chandi, Devi Mahatma, starts. It starts with a story. Savarne Surya Tanayo Yo Manuhu Katyate Ashtamaha Nishamaya Tadutpattim Vistarat Gadato Mama. So actually the Chandi starts with Savarni, who was the son of Savarna, Surya's wife, her name was Savarna. He became King Surata in the second Manvantara. So this world, the cycle of creation, is divided into 14 Manvantaras. So in which Manvantara, the Savarne Surya Tanayo Yo Manuhu, when King Surata became the king, he became the king in the second Manvantara. And then the Chandi story starts. There was a king by name Surata. He was born in the Chaitra dynasty. In the story, they always say he was the ruler of the whole world. And how great he was as a powerful fighter. He actually fought with the Kolas. But unfortunately he was defeated. Then he returned to his own city only and ruled over his own country there. But again and again he was attacked by great and powerful enemies. And so he was defeated and deprived of his sovereignty. After this defeat, the king left alone for the forest. He retired to the forest. He went to the forest and there he met a great Rishi Medas in the hermitage, in his hermitage, But he was always worried about his kingdom. He was very much worried and thinking, na jane sa pradano me shuro hasti sada madaha mama vairi vasham yataha kan bhogan upalapsate. He was always thinking, what has happened to my country? What has happened to my kingdom? What has happened to my great elephants and the great horses which I had, the treasure which I had gathered, which I had kept in such safety and everything. Now these, the new conquerors, they will just squander it, I know it. They do all improper expenditures and destroy all the great treasure which I have collected. So always the king was continuously always thinking of his lost kingdom only. So when he came to the hermitage, he saw another one. A merchant was there. By seeing him, he asked him, Sa prishtastena kastvam bho hetum cha agamano atra ka sa shoka eva kasmacham durmana iva lakshase ityakarna vachastasya bhupatehe pranayoditam pratyuvacha satam vaishaha prashrayavanato nripam. He asked him, and he asked him so lovingly, who are you? Why you have come for this forest? Why you look very much grief-stricken and depressed also? Then that merchant told him, Samadhir nama vaisho aham utpanno dhoni nam kule putra dharai nirastascha dhana lobad asadu vihi vihinascha dhanai dharaihi putrair adaya me dhanam vanam abhyagato dukhi nirastascha apta bundu vihi. The merchant spoke with so much sorrow, I am a merchant named Samadhi, born in a wealthy family, but I have been cast out my sons and wife, who are wicked through greed of wealth. My wife and sons have taken away my wealth and made me devoid of everything. So grief-stricken, now I have come to the forest. Dwelling here, I don't know anything as regards good or bad of my sons, kinsmen and wife. At present, I am just worried about them. The king said, why is your mind affectionately attached to those, your sons, wife, who deprived you of your wealth and they took away everything from you? Then why you are worried about them? Then once again, that merchant, he said, Eva mevam yatha praha bhavan asmad vadant vachaha kim karomi na badnati mama nishturatam manaha. He said this, what you said is correct. But what can I do? my mind does not become hard at all. It is full of affection to my sons, who have actually driven me out because of their greed for the wealth. They forgot that, I am their father. But still, my mind is full of love towards them. I know it. I know how cruel they are. What can I do? My mind does not become hard toward those sons and grandsons. He says, Karomi kim yanna manasteshu apreteshu nishturam. My mind doesn't become nishtur, hard upon them. What am I to do? Then Markandeya Uvacha Tatastav Sahitav Vipratam Munim Samupastitav. Then they all decided, we must go and ask the sage who lives in this ashrama. Why our mind is like this? They came to him and they did pranams and everything. Then they asked him, Raja Uvacha, Bhagavan, Tvam aham prashtum ichchami ekam vadasvatat. Dukkhaya janme manasaha svachittaya tattam vina. Mamatvam gata rajyasya rajyangeshu akhileshvapi janato api yat ajnanasya kimetat muni sattama. The king asked, Sir, I wish to ask you one thing. Please kindly reply me. Without the control of my intellect, my mind is always inflicted with sorrow, afflicted. Though I have lost the kingdom like an ignorant man, I have an attachment to my kingdom. How is this? Even look at this merchant. He has been also disowned by his own wife, children, and others. Still, he is inordinately affectionate towards them. See, both he and I, drawn by attachment toward those objects, whose defects we know, we do know, but still we are exceedingly unhappy. How this happens, sir? That though we are aware of it, how is this delusion comes to us? Rishuruvacha. Megas Rishi, he answers them. Jnanamasmi samastasya jantor vishaya gochare vishayascha mahabhagayanti chaivam pritak pritak. Divandaha praninaha kechit ratram dascha tathapare kechit divayata ratrau praninastu alpayadrishtayaha. Then the Rishi answers them, Sir, you see, every being has knowledge of objects which they perceive by their senses. Some beings, they are blind by day. some others are blind by night. Some beings have equal sight both day and night. The human beings you know, they are certainly endowed with knowledge, but they are not only the beings who can see things. Even the cattle, birds, animals, they also see. ज्ञानं च तन्मनुष्याणां यत्तेषां मृगपक्षिणां मनुष्याणां च यत्तेषां तु अल्पमन्य यथो भयोः. मानुषा मनुजा व्याघ्र स्थाभिलाषाः सुतान् प्रति लोभात् प्रत्युपकाराय नन्वोतान् किं न पश्यसि. तथापि ममात्मवत्ते मोहगर्ते निपातिताः महामाया प्रभावेन संसार स्थितिकारिणा. Now he is coming to the real cause. He says, yes, human beings and these birds, the cattle, the beasts, the knowledge everyone possesses. But look at them, though they are themselves hungry, they give grains, they collect it and bring it and give them to their younger ones. Human beings also, they are so attached to their children. Thus people are hurled into the attachment, which is the pit of delusion, through the power of Mahamaya, who makes the existence of this world possible. This Mahamaya is actually the Yoga Nidra of Vishnu. It is by her, the world is deluded. Actually, it is this Bhagavati Mahamaya, she forcibly, draws the minds of even the wise men and throws them into delusion. It is she who, even when become propitious, when she is pleased with prayers, she becomes a boon giver to human beings for the final liberation. She is the supreme knowledge, the cause of the final liberation. She is eternal. She is the cause of the bondage of transmigration, and she is the sovereign over all, not only human beings, but the whole creation. Immediately the king asked the question, "Respectable sir, who is that Devi whom you call Mahamaya? How did she come into being? What is the sphere of action? I would like to know. From where actually she originates? What is her form? All this I would like to hear from you, because you are the supreme knower of the Brahman. You can tell me all these things in detail." Then the Rishi began to say, "Nityaiva sa jaganmurtis tata sarvamidam tatam tatapi तत् समुत्पत्तिर बहुधा श्रूयतां मम देवानां कार्यसिद्ध्यार्थम् आविर्भवति सा यदा उत्त्यन्नेति तदा लोके सा नित्यापि अभिधीयते योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णु जगदैकार्णव्यक्तीकृते आश्चर्य शेषमभजत् कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः. Then the rishi began to say, Nityaiva sa jaganmurtistaya sarvamidam tatam. She is eternal. She is embodied as the universe itself. By her only, the entire universe is pervaded. She incarnates in manifold ways also. When she manifests herself in order to accomplish the purposes of the devas, then she is said to be born in the world. At the end of a kalpa, when the universe is merged in the ocean, you know that Lord Vishnu also, he went to sleep, isn't it? Laying down on the Shesha, he went to sleep. Then you can see that how Tada Dvavasurav Ghore Madhukaitavau Namna Vishnu Karna Malodbhutau Hantum Brahmana Mudyatau. Then two asuras, two demons, known as Madhu and Kaitava, they sprang, from Vishnu's ears. There was a little dirt, somewhere there. From there they came. They tried to slay Brahma. They wanted to kill him. Brahma was seated at that time at the navel of Vishnu. When these two asuras came to kill him, and he saw Vishnu was asleep. Then Brahma extolled that goddess Devi like this. He praised her. Twang svaha, twang svara, twang hi vashatkara smaratmika, sudatvamakshare nitye trida matratmika sthita, ardhamatra sthita nitya, Vyanutchaya Visheshataha Tvameva Satvam Savitri Tvam Deva Janani Para Tvayetat Dharyate Vishwam Tvayetat Srijate Jagat Tvayetat Palyate Devi Tamastyante Cha Sarvada. Brahma praised, began to say this stotra of that Vishveshwarim Jagaddatrim Siti Samhara Karinim. I mean, who is actually the power, which has made Vishnu asleep? So it is that power, Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnur Atulam Tejasa Prabhu. She has empowered Sri Vishnu himself as if he is sleeping. As sleep, she has actually completely overcome him. Brahma says, you are Swaha. The great mantra, which the Devas, when they worship fire, when they utter this mantra, Swaha and Swadha, the Pitrus, when they worship the same Agni, they utter the mantra Swadha. So they actually utter Tvang Swaha, Tvang Svada, Tvang Hi Vashutkara Smaratmika. This is the stotra, uttered by the Devatas to please that Bhagavatim Vishveshwarim Jagadratrim, because it is through her power, Vishnu is sleeping. Ardhamatra sthita nitya yanutyarya visheshataha tvameva sattvam savitri tvam deva janani para tvamaitat tvayaitat dharyate vishvam tvayaitat sujate jagat tvayaitat palyate devi tamastatyante cha sarvada. By you only this universe is born. By you only this world is created. It is by you it is protected, O Devi. You only consume it at the end. You who are of the form of the whole world at the time of creation, you are of the form of the creative force at the time of sustentation. You are the form of the protective power. At the time of the dissolution of the world, you are the form of the destructive power. You are the supreme knowledge as well as the great ignorance, the great intellect and also the great contemplation. See, I will continue this stotra, Tvayaitat dharyate vishvam, tvayaitat sujate jagat, tvayaitat palyate devi, tvamatyante cha sarvada, visrutav srishti rupatvam, sthiti rupa cha palane, tata sanghati rupante jagato vasme jaganmaye, mahavidya, mahamaya, mahameda, mahasmritihi, Mahamoha cha bhavati, Mahadevi, Mahasuri. So they are praising this great power, which is behind this universe. You are the supreme knowledge. You who are the form of the whole world at the time of creation, you are the form of the creative force at the time of sustentation. You are of the form of the protective power, and at the same time, at the time of the dissolution of the world, you are of the form of the destructive power. You are the supreme knowledge as well as the great ignorance, the great intellect and contemplation. Like this they praise Prakrutistam cha sarvasya gunatraya vibhavini. You are the primordial cause of everything. All the gunas you are actually bringing. So like this, they praise. Their prayer is, please, you see that Vishnu gets up. Jagat Swami, Vishnu is sleeping. You please make him arise. Not only to get up, but also you must inspire him to fight with these demons who have come here. So after this praise, Devi, she became very happy, and Vishnoho prabodhanartaya nihantam madhukaitavu. So she made Vishnu to get up and also inspire him to kill this demon. They thought, the demons thought, we have said we will give you that boon, so you kill us, very good. But you must kill us where there is no water. Because the whole world is full of water at that time. So they said, kill us at a spot where the earth is not flooded with water, where there is no water at all. Vishnu said, all right, all right. Then what he did? He took both of them on his loins, and then keeping them on his thigh, he killed them both. Thus, it is through Mahamaya, who deluded them to ask a boon like this, and they brought about their death only. So, it is all because of the great kindness, blessings of this Mahamaya only, the difficulties was destroyed. The difficulties of the devatas, was completely destroyed. So, this glory of this Mahamaya, in this Devi Mahatma you will find out two more stories, by which you can see that how Mahamaya, the Devi Mahamaya, is actually the all-pervading, all-blissful and all-powerful Mahamaya, how she not only helped the Devas, but she protects the world. And later again, there are two more stories in this Chondi, in this Devi Mahatmam, where this mother of this universe, this Devi, protects the Devatas again and again. In the second part, then again Mahishasura, he has conquered the Devas, he has become the Lord of the heaven, and he has conquered the whole world. So Mahishasura, he has taken up the entire Swarga, the heavens. The Devatas were actually thrown out of Swarga. The Devatas went to Vishnu and Shiva and told them about their plight. See, Mahishasura has taken away the whole of that Swarga, heavens. You please think how you protect us now. So hearing from the Devatas their difficulties, both Vishnu and Shiva, they became so angry. All the devatas standing near them, a light, a powerful light emerged out of the body of Shiva and Vishnu. At the same time, like a light, from the bodies of Indra and other devatas, from every one of them, from their bodies, a unique light, came out of all the devatas. So all this light together, they took a form. They took a form of a female. So she is no other than Mother Jagadamba. When the whole light took the form of a female form, it became actually the mother's body only. So all the devatas gave their weapons. They gave her, first of all, different beautiful ornaments. They decorated her with all that. When all the devatas seeing Mother, they became so happy, They were all shouting, "Victory, victory to you, victory to you." When Mother has come, there is nothing to think, there is no fear. Jayeti Deva Uvacha. The Simha Vahini, her Vahana, she sat on the lion. So when every one of the devatas, they in such great joy, they all shouted, "Victory to you, victory to you." So even Mahishasura, who was now in Swarga, he was the Lord of the heavens, So when he heard, Kime datiti, Krodad Abhashya Mahishasura. When he heard that big sound, he said, "What is this? Who is shouting?" So he rushed towards the sound from where it has come. There he saw the Devi. Such lustrous light all around. He saw the Devi standing there. And then naturally, the battle started between the Devi and the enemies. That is Mahishasura. How many big, important these asuras, demons were with him. He sent one after another to lead the battle. The battle went on for some time. One after another great leaders of the asuras came to fight with Devi Chamara, Chikura, so many of his commanders came one after another, but they all were killed with mother's soul. Finally, Mahishasura himself came to fight with mother. How many forms he used to take? Mahishasura, he became a lion. So he gave up that appearance of lion and had become now, he took the appearance, a body of a human being then, his own body. So he became so angry because one after another all these leaders of his battle, his Sainya, his army, they were all laid on one after another, they are all dead. Mahishasura became so angry, he was shouting like anything. And Devi said, Garja Garja Kshanam Muda Madhu Yavat Pibamaham Maya Tvayi Hate Atraiva Garjita Stashu Devataha. He was shouting. He was so angry, And mother said, oh, you want to roar? Hey Mudo, hey fool, roar now. When you will be slain by me, the devas will be roaring. And then she fought with him. And finally, even Mahishasura was slain. He also died. So after the death of Mahishasura, devatas became so happy, they bent down near mother and they began to recite stotra, a beautiful stotra about mother they recited. Ya Shri Swayam Sukrutinam Bhavaneshva Lakshmi Papatmanam Kritadiyam Hridayeshu Buddhihe Shraddha Satam Kulajana Prabhavasya Lajja Tvam Natasma Paripalaya Devi Vishwam. We bow down to you. You are indeed the good fortune in the dwellings of the virtuous. You are like good fortune in the virtuous people's home and ill fortune in those of the vicious people. Intelligence in the hearts of the learned. You express yourself in all these forums, Faith in the hearts of the good, modesty in the hearts of the high-born. May you protect us, may you protect the entire universe. King Varnayama Tava Rupam Achintyam Etat. They praise mother again and again. How can we describe your Rupam Achintyam Etat? It cannot be think over. We can't even think over about, explain it, Even though we see you, we can't express it. We can't explain it. Because it is your abundant, surpassing valor which destroyed our enemies. You are the origin of the world. Hetu samasta jagatam trigunapi devi. Sarvashraya akhilamidam jagad amsha bhuta maya krita hi parama prakrutistvam madhyam yasya samasta surata samudira rena triptim prayati sakaleshu makheshu devi swahasi vai pitruganasya cha tripti etu uchchayate tvameva eva janai svadacha. Like this, they began to praise Mother. Like this, they praised Mother because they saw Mother in front of them, So in that way, they praised her. So many beautiful stotras like this are here. In this book of Devi Mahatma, beautiful stotras of Mother. There is another beautiful stotra later, Namo Devyai Mahadevye Shivayai Satatam Namaha Namah Prakrutai Bhadrayai Niyata Pranata Smatam Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Oh, in this beautiful stotra, they went on offering pranams. How many pranams they went on offered? Because they are so full of respect, so full of love and bhakti towards Mother, they offered that pranams with so much of devotion. They offered it. And in the last story, how they destroyed Shumba Nishumba. They also, these two other demons, they were not only destroying the power of the heaven and devatas, they were giving so much of trouble. Again it was Mother. Shumba Nishumba were killed. In the last slokas of this Chandi, you can find the story of Shumba Nishumba and how finally Mother killed them both. Like this, Chandi contains the stories of Mother, how she protected the Devas, destroying all their enemies. Whenever they came to destroy the Daivi Shakti, it is Mother who came up to protect them and to destroy this Danava power, the destructive power. So, whenever we take refuge at the feet of Mother, Mother power, Daivi power, with the power of Devi, Mother, the demon's power is completely destroyed and we are protected from the demon's power. So that is the story, giving various examples, showing various incidents that this Chandi, Devi Mahatma, it explains how Mother, whenever we appeal to her, through utmost devotion, she is there always to protect us. So, during this puja time, it is a time to worship the divine as mother. So, worshipping mother, we can surely get rid of the evil spirit and its effects, and thus we can be free to devote all our mind towards the worship of mother. In this way, mother protects whenever she is asked, she is prayed, and she is worshipped and offered prayers to her to give us help. She always is there to help us, to protect us, to save us from the powers of the demons. So, I pray from the core of my heart at the holy feet of Mother to protect us all, to bless us all, and to remove the dangers, all kinds of dangers from this world, and protect the people all round.